Today I'm going to show you how I fabricated two aluminum panels to create exactly the type of jivvy top case that I need for the road. So I talked before, mentioned it briefly while I was making that pad for my kickstand. I talk about templating and how important it is to cut up a box first and get close before you start cutting into sheet metal, or in this case aluminum. I've got a lot of aluminum here, but I kind of want to get it pretty close, so I have mocked up what I think is going to be a retainer, basically a separator for my laptop and laptop, mouse, all that kind of crap that goes. I can put all that stuff up in here and get it out of the way and leave all this extra space up here, and not just that, not bang around my laptop, and put that up in there, put the laptop here, smush it up in there, close the latch. I think right now what I'm thinking is like a hinge, a couple of hinges down here, hinges, and then I'm not really sure how to latch it up here, but I think I'm going to go ahead and start cutting metal. It's funny, I talk a lot about templating and how important it is, and you'll see here shortly why it's important. Many times you can reuse your template, and like I said earlier, templating, cardboard's a lot cheaper than metal or wood, and I've done it enough times to realize that it saves you a lot of time and pain in the ass and money. Alright, I got pretty far yesterday on the panel for the laptop keeper. Just going to keep that away from the rest of my electronics, because my first trip with that laptop, I put it on the bottom down here, and all my electronics bounced on top of it and scratched up the screen. So the plan is to put this panel in here to actually separate.
To lift and separate. You're suddenly shapelier. This cross your heart shaping.
And I'm going to put this cushion in there onto the top, so laptop goes in a squishy soft bag, and then I'm going to push it up in there, and it's going to keep it nice and tight and protected, keep it from bouncing around, keep all my other electronics from smashing into it. But the original plan was to put a little bar here and a little hinge and have this thing fold up, fall down, and put some kind of little latch in there. But I decided that in all my wisdom that it would look cleaner, it might function better if I just went and got a hinge from Home Depot, and that's what I did yesterday. I thought there was just one hinge in each of these cases, so I got 4. Didn't realize there's 2, but anyway, so I came and started playing with this idea, and then decided, well, wait a minute, that's a lot of holes, and I'm restricted to where I want to put the holes. And then I just decided my original plan was perfect.
I never claimed to be a cabinet maker.
The basic idea was just to use some of this bar stock and put a couple of little straps here, and basically, just kind of the way it's sitting now, and it would hinge about right here and just kind of fall down here, and then put some kind of a latching mechanism up here. And I think that's probably what I'm still going to do. That way there's just 2 holes. Basically keep it from falling down when I'm closing the case, ideally. Let's see if I can get something that's functional, maybe by sundown. Like I'm making progress here. So since I'm gonna have to mount this in a corner, I just made my own little bracket, little aluminum, put a little hole in it, and then made this other bracket to go over here. So that's kind of where I'm at right there, and it looks like I'm pretty close to the right angle. Yep. Maybe a little bit closer down there. It's not perfect. I need a little lock washer on the top so it doesn't go through the box, because it's right on the edge, so I don't want to do that. And then the bottom one goes on pretty easily. Let's make one more final check here. Right at the top. Right at the top. Yeah, that's pretty close. Let's just go right. Let's go right there. Usually I don't film when I have to do precision work or have to keep 100% of my widths. But in this case, I've already done one side, so I feel... All right, now it's not really cutting anymore. I wonder... Well, it's not acting like it's going through. Well, I feel like it's in there, so let's go ahead and put the other one in. Yeah, there we go. May have to take that one out and do it again, but that's, yeah, that's kind of, wasn't really seeing what was going on there. It's just not really driving anymore, so I don't know. Oh, there it goes. Okay. There were some metal bits coming out of there, so I don't know what that's all about. So now, should be able to put this guy in there, in theory, and then just put some brackets on there, and we should be in business. At least that's the theory, right? So if this is perfectly lined up here, we're just gonna pop it right there, right? All right, so this turned out pretty well. This turned out pretty well. I'm really happy with this, but now I kind of want to protect the charging stuff. I'm getting crushed, bouncing around. Not that it's that valuable, I just don't want to have to redo all this crap. So what I'm going to do is make a plate that kind of protects this down in the bottom of the case. Don't think I'm going to lose that much space, but here's the thing. The template that I used to build this fits shockingly well down in here. I just got to trim it up a little bit. But yeah, imagine that. The same template that works up here almost works down here. I just got to trim it. So I'm just going to trim a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit everywhere. Yeah. Let's see how much I got to trim here. I don't have a lot to trim, actually. I have discovered in the last few years how much I enjoy working with metal, all metal, but I really enjoy working with aluminum. It's very satisfying. I just wished I could stick it together. All right, so I'm really excited about how this thing turned out. Better than I expected. But I have been doing this a while, and it looks like so far everything's going to fit in here. And this is kind of an outline of my laptop. This is the laptop bag. It's kind of cushiony here. I think what I'm going to do is I got to get a better keeper on this thing. This was a cheap solution, but it was the best, the fastest, the easiest solution I could find. Probably what I need to do is find another, like a spring-loaded something, just a little something to go in there that's not so difficult to take out. But yeah, it works really well. And now all I've got to do is find a way to keep this from sliding down in here. I think that's going to be a problem. Maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't even worry about it. Yeah, I'm thinking about just something simple, like some kind of little sticky thing that keeps it, you know, wedged in here well. Something like that. May not work very well. Maybe something a little bit smaller like this, just to kind of keep it from sliding down. I don't know. I'm still trying to finish get the finishing touches on this. But yeah, so also I'm kind of wanting to see what else I can jam in the lower part, because this thing is cavernous. This will hold 2 helmets, which is quite impressive to me. But also I kind of want to look at what else I can jam in here. But let me unload all this stuff here. This is a huge DSLR, my drone, all my other, I've got another camera in here, microphones, all cabling equipment, mounting stuff, and a freaking tripod, my awesome fun tripod. But I'm going to unload this real quick and show you the finished product here. Maybe not so completely finished, but I like the whole modular thing too, so I can get in here and do that if I need something out of the bottom of the case. Yeah, so here's all my power supplies, kind of a quick and dirty solution here. Probably put some padding on there, maybe right here, and then beyond that, easy to load and unload. The drone stands up, which is shocking to me. Stands up in this case and still has plenty of room in here. But what I wanted to take a look at is see if I could get my solar panels in here on top of all this crap. That's going to be really exciting if I can do that. Almost think it would slip in there somehow. Let's see. No. Well, look at there. Wow. Looks like it's gonna go. Boys and girls. Oh, wow. Look at that. Boys and girls. Look at there, boys and girls. Yeah, I don't see why that shouldn't. Unless I need to move it. Yep, that looks pretty good to me. It's going to keep it from bouncing around too. And look at all this extra room I have in here. Ooh. All right, it's time to start packing up the bike to see where my low spots are. If that don't look like a damn desk, I don't know what it looks like. Damn, that looks like a desk. Wow, I really enjoyed modifying my top case. It just gives you some kind of a warm feeling when you complete something, and it looks pretty good and functions, more importantly, very well. Things like this, they don't build. I wish they did, but yeah, I guess there's something for everybody out there, and the manufacturers can't figure out what that something is. So I did another video on the top case, and if you want to check that out, check this out right here. And if you want to see the other mods I've done on the bike so far, or other mods I've done in the past, check this playlist out right here. And I'll see you next time.